Come on, we're going. Nala, we're leaving. Let's go.
In the depths of the eerie unknown lies a house where Lauren Combs lies, trapped in a never-ending nightmare. The feeling of being watched has plagued her ever since she set foot in that deserted abode, but she chose to ignore it. Little did she know that her dog, Luna, would soon bear witness to the unearthly entities that lurked in the shadows. With each passing day, the inexplicable happenings increased in frequency, and Lauren could no longer turn a blind eye to the horrors that surrounded her. Her footage revealed chilling glimpses of the paranormal entities that had set their sights on her. The latest video captured is the most disturbing one yet, and was recorded late at night in Lauren's living room. She can no longer ignore the haunting presence and decides to document it and seek help. This is the footage she captured. The eerie events escalate as Lauren's dog whimpers and an object falls without explanation. The doorbell rings, but there is no one there. Viewers warn against opening the door, for it seems that the sinister presence has now made its way inside. The true horror of the situation becomes apparent as something inexplicable occurs at 3 in the morning, shattering any hope of safety or normalcy.
Because my service 6 and I'm 1. I gave you 6 points, I'm like counting 7. This is ridiculous. Don't make me think about numbers again. A brave and accurate decision. Yes, I captain. So, I captain your horticulture is harvestable. I'm very happily in Hank these celebrate.
Something grabs Lauren's hair and pulls on it suddenly. She searches for an explanation, but her cat is nowhere to be found. The haunting activity in her home intensifies, and Lauren is left feeling helpless and alone. Is this a case of a haunting, or is there something more to this story? The answer remains unknown. Deep in the remote Massachusetts wilderness resides Mandy Bostwick and her 2 young children, Jonah and Johnny. Their new home is a haven surrounded by nature, a paradise for wildlife enthusiasts.
Oh, look at them.
To document the many creatures that visit her property, Mandy installed surveillance cameras around the perimeter of her house. From black bears to bobcats, the cameras captured everything. Yet, amidst the footage of wildlife, there was one video that sent shivers down Mandy's spine. It was the night of July 17, 2022, when Mandy received a notification of movement detected on her property while she was away. With dread in her heart, she checked the live feed from her cameras, and what she saw left her utterly disturbed. A lurking figure, or perhaps something not of this world, looms just a few feet from Mandy's house. It stands in stillness, gazing with an eerie curiosity, as if plotting its next move. Its movements are unnatural, sending shivers down Mandy's spine. The presence of this entity has left her gripped with fear for her children's safety, as whoever or whatever this was posed a far greater threat than any of the wild animals around her property. Stranded in an isolated area with no one nearby, it's become apparent that Mandy and her family are being watched by a weird presence. Is it a human trespasser or something far more sinister? As always, the truth remains unknown, leaving us with a mysterious video and more questions than answers. The upload by YouTuber Hoopla22 had viewers trembling with fear. At first, the footage seemed like any other home security recording, capturing an intruder breaking into a house. However, as the video played on, the viewers were shocked. The dog owner, Hoopla22, had set up the camera to catch their mischievous friend Derek, who often played pranks on them. As the video played, Hoopla22 was on the toilet when their dog Nala started barking frantically, signaling the presence of an intruder. However, what the camera revealed was far more terrifying than a mere break-in. The footage showed an unknown presence moving around the house, causing Hoopla22 to realize that their home was not safe. Despite leaving the house and taking refuge at their parents' place, the incident had a deep impact on both the owner and their dog, leaving them shaken and traumatized by the experience. What the footage captured is unsettling.
Nala! 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 Nala? Derek? Nala, come on out. Nala, come on out, seriously. Derek? Nala, where'd you go, princess? Nala?
What do I love? Who do I love, pretty girl?
That is just so weird. Derek? Derek, that you? Nala. Nala. Come on, we're going. Nala, we're leaving. Let's go.
Hoopla was taken aback when he found his dog Nilla cowering in fear inside the room, trembling at something unknown. Suddenly, he heard a noise coming from the kitchen, and fear began to grip him. It seemed like someone other than Derek had broken into the house. He rushed to Nulla, urging her to leave with him. But just as they were about to leave, the bedroom door slammed shut on its own. At that moment, he realized that the intruder was not a person, but rather something much more sinister. Since that dreadful night, both Hoopla and his dog have been living with his parents, unable to shake off the haunting experience. Hoopla was convinced that it had to be something paranormal, but could there be a rational explanation for the strange occurrence? The mother's worst fears were confirmed as she watched the footage from her daughter's bedroom, where she heard strange whispers every night. She decided to capture evidence by placing a camera inside the room. But what she captured on film was more terrifying than she could have ever imagined. As she watched the footage, she saw her daughter talking to an unseen entity, a dark presence lurking in the shadows. The mother's heart raced with fear as she realized her daughter was not alone in the room at night. Something sinister was watching her child, and she didn't know how to protect her from the darkness that had taken hold of her room. She couldn't shake the feeling that her daughter had been communicating with a ghostly presence, one that may have been her recently deceased grandmother. The eerie similarities between the way her daughter spoke to this supposed spirit and the way she spoke to living relatives left the mother with a sense of unease that could not be ignored. As she replayed the video in her mind, the sudden movement of the camera at the beginning of the clip only added to the haunting atmosphere. It's hard to answer who or what her daughter had been speaking to in the dead of night. The spine-chilling video we're about to witness comes from Reddit user Baked Potato, who reveals that their friend stumbled upon something incredibly eerie while filming at the infamous Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, Missouri, which is haunted. The video itself is quite old, and it was only years later that their friend discovered the footage on their old phone. During a tour of the Lemp Mansion, the friend captured something strange on camera. This mansion is renowned for its ghostly residents. It's rumored that the Lemp family, who died under tragic circumstances there, still haunt the halls of the house. The friend had no idea that while filming, they would come across something that would send chills down their spine. Are you ready to see what they caught on camera? As the camera pans through the mansion, a sinister figure emerges from the shadows, standing motionless for a split second before vanishing into thin air. The footage shows that the space where the figure was seen is inexplicably empty, leaving viewers to question if it was a ghostly apparition or something entirely different. Some speculate that it may have been a member of the Lemp family, given the location's haunting history. The video remains a mystery, and the unsettling question remains: what was captured on camera? Thank you for tuning in, and I sincerely hope you found this content entertaining. Until we meet again, please take caution and be sure to check your homes for any unknown entities. Stay safe.